Some criminals don't fear the law. They fear the moment regret finally catches them. And for Marcus Hale, that moment arrived long after the damage was already done. Marcus wasn't born a criminal. He grew up in a quiet neighborhood, a place where porch lights stayed on and kids played in the street until dark. He had a mother who worked 2 jobs, a father who left early, but never truly disappeared, and teachers who told him he was smart enough to be anything. But Marcus lacked direction. And sometimes, lacking direction is more dangerous than lacking opportunity. By 26, Marcus was drowning, bills stacked higher than his paychecks, rent overdue, a layoff notice taped to his door. Every night, he stared at the ceiling, wondering how one wrong turn in life could send everything crashing down so quickly. That's when Jalen, an old acquaintance from his neighborhood, reappeared, charming, reckless, and always one step away from trouble. He offered Marcus a way out. "Just drive the car," he said. "No risk, quick money, easiest job in the world." Marcus didn't even ask what the job was. He was too tired, too desperate, too lost. And so, on a cold Wednesday night, Marcus found himself parked behind a warehouse on the edge of town, engine running, hands shaking, telling himself he'd leave if anything felt wrong. But when Jalen burst out of the door carrying a bag and shouting for Marcus to go, everything that followed happened too fast to understand. They didn't get far before police cars boxed them in. Marcus tried to explain he never went inside. He didn't know what Jalen had taken. He didn't know a security guard had been injured trying to stop the robbery. But the law doesn't always care about explanations, especially when innocent people get hurt. Marcus was charged as an accomplice. Jalen cut a deal first, and suddenly, Marcus, the quiet, desperate man who thought he was doing a favor, was treated like the mastermind of a crime he barely understood. During the trial, Marcus sat silent as the prosecutor described the stolen items, medication meant for children undergoing cancer treatments, and the guard who was still in the hospital, recovering from his injuries. Marcus's stomach dropped. For the first time since that night, he felt true fear, not of prison, but of the consequences his choices had caused. Still, he clung to hope. He had no record. He didn't hurt anyone. Surely the judge would see that, right? But then came the moment that shattered him completely. The prosecutor said, "The defendant's actions caused irreversible harm." Irreversible. That word hit him like a punch. He finally turned to look at the guard's family sitting in the front row, their faces pale, angry, disappointed. He saw the pain, the fear, the confusion, and he realized none of this was abstract anymore. He had helped cause real suffering. When the judge returned with the verdict, the courtroom went silent. "Marcus Hale, you are hereby sentenced to 30 years without the possibility of parole." Marcus didn't breathe. He didn't blink. He just stared ahead as the world around him collapsed. He whispered, "I didn't mean for any of this to happen." But remorse doesn't rewrite the past, and regret always comes after the damage. Prison changed Marcus, not in the way people expect. No anger, no bitterness. Instead, he carried the weight of that night like a permanent shadow. He spent hours in the library reading about reform, law, justice. He wrote apology letters he knew he could never send. He replayed the moment he said yes to Jalen 1,000 times, wishing he could go back. In his 10th year behind bars, a young inmate approached him and said, "Man, you calm. You don't look like you regret anything." Marcus looked him in the eye and said quietly, "I regret everything, just not when it mattered." The young man didn't understand then, but years later, he would. Marcus became a warning, not a threat. A man whose story traveled through cell blocks like a ghost tale. The guy who made one small choice that ruined dozens of lives, including his own. And every time someone asked him what he'd do differently, Marcus always gave the same answer. "I'd think one more minute before acting, because 1 minute can save you from a lifetime of regret." Marcus Hale died in prison at age 61, quietly, peacefully, but with the same thought he carried for 30 years. Some criminals don't regret the crime until they regret everything else, and by then, it's already too late. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime stories like this.